How's it going, everybody? Isaac Clarke from Dead Space here. So, yeah, once again, I'm talking about Shadowraven Studios. I know, it's a bit exhausting having, like, 3 different update videos within the span of, like, the last 2 weeks? Well, actually, at this point, it would be 4, wouldn't it? With this video included. You know what, you get the point. It's kind of exhausting having so many different update videos, but of course when you're dealing with someone who seems to be dead set on trying to make himself look as stupid as possible in every single possible turn, you kind of have to try and make sure that you have as much of this shit documented as humanly possible, while also perpetually reminding said individual of just how stupid they actually are. But of course, before we get into the actual main topic of this video, there's a few little updates that I need to, you know, kind of bring up here, because of course there are. Of course there's a bunch of different updates that I have to go into. So now there's currently 2 new SRS archive channels. There's SRS archive number 2, which I think is run by the same exact person who ran the first archive channel, and then of course there's SRS archive 3, which is run by a completely different person to my knowledge. And one thing that I have to thank SRS Archive 3 for is, of course, saving the final, like, cope video that Shadowraven decided to, like, make on me before he decided to nuke all of his old videos and hardwire shill for his, like, weird Nexus mods knockoff. Which was, of course, a video that is titled The Final Self-Destruction of Moment of Sanity, which is a bitterly ironic title, as you'll see when we actually get into it. But there's a few other things that apparently SRS Archive 3 had also documented, which is, of course, well, apparently Shadowraven deciding to, well, like, email the guy and send him, like this weird, like, voice message as well, which I find to be extremely funny. Like, we're gonna be getting into that one because I genuinely think it's probably one of the most hilarious things ever, and it's so unbelievably sad, okay? And of course the main reason why why I didn't even include this within like a live stream or anything like that is because, well, it's a short enough video that it probably wouldn't even warrant that much of a segment to begin with. So that's why it's mainly being relegated to this particular video, where I actually decide to cover it. So of course there's the screenshot here of, well, the actual Shadowraven email over here, obviously with stuff censored so that way people don't like go and look for this guy or anything along those lines. And, well, if you still don't believe that apparently this is like, you know, Shadowraven himself, of course you can see that there is an audio clip attached, which I find extremely funny. We're going to be getting into that particular, you know, audio clip right here and delivering my own thoughts on it. So, roll the clip.
Now you listen to me, you fucking piece of shit. This is gonna stop, because what you're doing is going too far. This is gonna stop right now. You keep going with this, things are gonna happen.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You gotta love it when this guy quite literally decides to threaten violence within the same exact breath as stating that apparently people are going too far by deciding to document his weird-ass shenanigans. It's so fucking hilarious. It is genuinely fucking hilarious that this guy is just going out of his way and just, you know, pulling this kind of stuff, like, in the same exact breath as well. Like, you can't make this shit up.
I will pull your IP address, and I will turn you into the authorities. Because what you're doing right now, it does constitute as harassment. So, you're gonna desist right now, you little bitch.
Jesus Christ, archival now counts as harassment, while once again in the same exact breath, threatening to apparently pull somebody's IP address to report them to the authorities for what exactly? Like, I'm genuinely wondering, how does archival count as harassment? Hell, how does what I'm doing count as harassment? Literally, all I've been doing is documenting just how stupid you've been over the past, like, how many months at this point? Probably, like, almost half a year at this point. Like, you've been doing this shit for half a fucking year. Like, of course I'm gonna be documenting just how silly you've been because, well, at this point, I would call you a thorn in my side, but at least a thorn in my side would actually fucking hurt, you know?
Or things will happen to you. Really bad things will happen to you. Guarantee it. So, try to keep going with this, bitch. Because if you keep going with this, you're gonna be a dead motherfucker.
You just, I'm sorry, but I just simply have to point out the still lack of any amount of fucking confidence that this man has whenever he tries to speak. Like, whenever he tries to, like, insult somebody or call them, like, a bitch or something like that, there's, like, that brief, like, split second of hesitation before he, like, spits it out. It's like his mother is listening in and he's not allowed to swear. Like, it's so fucking weird.
But what's gonna happen to you is only gonna happen to you when you're the next prison bitch sitting in jail. You want to try me on that? Go ahead. Because you're treading on really hot water right now, bitch.
But, yeah, that's basically kind of where that entire clip ends. That is basically the threat that he had decided to send towards Shadow Raven Studios Archive 3, for whatever reason. Probably because of the fact that, well, he uploaded his final meltdown against me before he nuked everything to rebrand into a shilling YouTube channel. But of course, that's not the main point of this video, right? That was just the end of the major updates that ended up happening. Well, other than All Out Monty deciding to nuke the second How to Exist channel for whatever reason, because apparently he forgot that it happened in a live stream that had the live chat also on screen, so that way it was all recorded. I don't know what else to say here, buddy, but you're just really fucking stupid. Because I know that you're watching this shit all out, and I know that you're watching this shit as well, you know, Mr. Raven, or Mike, as apparently your name is, but I prefer calling you Shadow Raven, so that way you know just how stupid your edgy-ass name actually is. But that's not the point of today's video. The point of today's video is to go over a video that I completely neglected to even go over, because, well, back then, I wanted the situation to end. Back then, I didn't really anticipate it to continue onwards. Back then, I was literally thinking that it was probably going to be, at most, maybe like a month-long situation, and then we would all move on with our lives as if nothing fucking happened. But apparently, this man is dead set on trying to keep this shit going for whatever fucking reason, and of course, that is where we actually get into his final cope video that, well, I feel like covering because of just how silly it is. So without any further ado, let us get into, supposedly, the final self-destruction of me, as he decided to label it. So it seems like I'm back in the frickin' building again, as Eggman would say, with talking about Shadow Raven Studios. Now, of course, I will in fact admit, I wanted my previous video to actually be my last video on this man. But of course, well, he wanted to try and jam his fingers in between the pages in order to try and keep this shit going.
Oh ho ho! But I thought you said the last video that you made was gonna be the last one about me.
Yeah, I hate to break it to you, Raven. Well, at this point, probably 2 months later, but Thunderstruck already had you beat with that entire joke. In fact, that joke is kind of probably still going because of just how much documentation I've had to pull on your ass. But, yeah, at this point, I'm kind of tired of even calling this, like, the last video, because at this point, I know it's not going to be the last video. Not until you, I guess, eventually just kind of give up on this, which I kind of half hope that you do and half hope that you don't. I half hope that you do because, honestly, it does, in fact, just get exhausting after a while. Because, and I would expect that it would just be exhausting for you as well, because you keep on making yourself look silly at every turn. But, like, I half hope that you don't, because I kind of want you to keep going with this. I kind of want you to keep making yourself look stupid. Like, it's weird. It's like a paradox, if you will. Like, it's like Schrodinger's idiot, I guess, or whatever it is.
Well, you lied about that, jackass. Well, I'll be honest on one thing. It's dipshits like you that is the gift that keeps on giving, because it wasn't for idiots like you, us anti-woke creators wouldn't be able to continue making content about you idiots.
Once again, bitterly ironic for you to state this because, well, wouldn't you believe it, but I kind of, and this is something that I really find funny, but you are kind of one of the biggest reasons as to why my channel has kind of had this bit of, like, exponential growth as of late, because, well, if it weren't for you and your goons being so unbelievably stupid, I probably wouldn't have even documented your ass. I probably wouldn't have been discovered by a significantly larger creator than even me, and I probably wouldn't have even gotten shouted out or even recognized in the first place. I probably would have stayed at, like, maybe, I don't know, about, like, 1.5 thousand subscribers. I probably wouldn't be where I am if it weren't for you, actually. You're actually the gift that keeps on giving because, well, you're the main reason why at this point I have a constant flow of content.
But there is a reason I am making this follow-up video regarding the video I made about Fallout Ashfall. However, this is going to be the video that's going to put the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah, and wouldn't you believe it, but this just so happened to be the video that put the final nail within his coffin. Before he, I guess, decided to, like, show up or whatever. I have absolutely no idea. It's kind of weird to try and get into, but whatever, you get my point. Jesus fucking Christ. You know what? I might as well just quickly fix up your intro real quick. Hang on. Editor, do you mind, like, trying to figure out a way to fix this goober's intro? Oh, you do, in fact, have a fix. Okay, quickly roll it. Yeah, I think that's a significantly better intro for you, buddy.
Hello, gents and ladies. Before I begin, I just want to say this is going to be another video I'm making that's not going to have any gameplay in the background, but I want to show you guys something real quick. It has to do with my new Fallout Ashfall video.
We're going to be skipping over this entire segment right here because it's mainly just him jerking off the fact that the video ended up getting, more than 50% likes. Because as you can see right here, all of the videos, except for maybe the video on Alyssa Mercant, probably because Alyssa Mercant is already just kind of like a universal punching bag anyways, pretty much got, like, it pretty much has, like, less than, like, 80% fucking, like to dislike ratios. Hell, his fucking Dragon Age Dreadwolf video is in, like, the 40%, and all of his others are, like, ranging from, like, 70 to 50% like to dislike. Like... He's literally just flexing over the fact that his videos aren't, like, getting fucking obliterated in terms of likes to dislikes. Well, I guess not innately obliterated, I should probably say. So, I mean, I guess good for you for managing to actually get over 50% likes and dislikes on your most recent video about Fallout Ashfall, at least before you decide to delete it for whatever reason. I wonder why.
It is very important that we continue to share this video around and to continue to gatekeep the modding community in the Gamergate 2 war.
Okay, so this is something that my friend Game Penguin brought up, but the entire idea of, like, gatekeeping the modding community is just kind of innately, like, a destructive kind of thing, to put it very simply. Like, really, I think that the only kind of, like, gatekeeping that we should really do whenever it comes to modding is, like, obviously, gatekeeping out the kinds of people who mod in, like, really weird and borderline illegal shit within, like, games and whatnot, or, like, the sad, sensitive little pussies that can't seem to stand rainbows existing in games for whatever reason. Like, those are the kinds of people that I would be glad to just kind of, like, get rid of, because honestly, they're pretty much border between, like, just sad and pathetic to just genuinely the kinds of people that should probably have their drives checked, if you will. But, I guarantee you the main people that he wants to try and gatekeep out are, like, well, pretty much every other modder that isn't, like, a sad crybaby like he is.
So in this video, there was a lot I have to go over and a lot I gotta cover, but to start things off, I'm just gonna start out with the obvious.
Apparently Shadow Raven Studios ended up actually leaving the Fallout Ashfall server on his own after revealing who the anonymous tip individual was.
And that was a big mistake on my part, which I'll own up to.
It's so funny how within this video, this is, like, the only thing that he actually decides to own up to in terms of a mistake that he apparently did, which I assume is him revealing who the anonymous tip individual was. Yet, for some reason, he is still completely unable to, like, own up to the fact that, well, he, or at least his friend, quite literally, like, inadvertently admitted that the Sexy Girl Hentai Video 27 actually existed. So there's a possibility that that video actually did in fact fucking exist and was uploaded to YouTube. And he also doesn't own up to the fact that he's still apparently trying to call me a groomer over very, very silly things, mind you, which we'll be getting into within this video. This is, of course, the video where I got some of the screenshots, I believe, that he attempted to, like, show off within, like, to try and, like, prove that I'm, like, some sort of, like, a groomer or something along those lines that I showed off within the final debate video.
But what I want to know is, why are you bringing this up now? Especially when you said this in your previous video.
This anonymous tip individual, which I can only guarantee is probably just him on a different account, let's be honest here, decide to make shit up and just feed it to you.
Oh, but what's this? Oh, now you're showing that you lied in your video.
Holy shit, I'm not allowed to make jokes anymore, guys. Guys, apparently me making a joke about how these guys seem to have very similar ideals and seem to both be about as dumb as they, basically sound, mind you. Apparently, I'm not allowed to make any jokes anymore, guys. Apparently that counts as me lying for whatever reason. But you want to know why I only just recently decided to bring any of that stuff up? Because it was around then in which I actually discovered, who the anonymous tip individual was. I wasn't given the screenshots of any of that until then. Like, I was pretty certain that maybe this anonymous tip individual was, in fact, like a different person. I just made a joke based off of the fact that you both seem fucking stupid, and you both seem to get angry at the exact same things, which is, of course, bisexuals existing, trans people existing, and apparently getting mad over a bad dragon collection for whatever reason. Like, I don't know. It's just so unbelievably silly. But again, I guess according to Shadow Raven, you're not allowed to make any jokes, otherwise he's going to apparently take it 100% seriously. Which I guess just comes as no fucking surprise.
Now I just want to show something to everyone real quick. If I go here and then I go to switch accounts, as you can see clearly, This is the only account I've ever owned on Discord, dipshit. Unfortunately, however, this does come with a little bit of bad news. It has to do with the Burner58 account, and trust me, there is a reason I'm bringing this up, and he just gave me more ammunition. Trust me, gents and ladies, this will be important for me to mention.
But as you can see here, account Burner58. Does that name sound familiar? Well, it should, because wouldn't you believe it, but it's that same account that I showed off within that community post, because the Burner58 account was literally just me the entire time. And it was so unbelievably easy to catch this man hook, line, and sinker. In fact, as you can see right here, here's my DM correspondence with Mr. Raven himself. And as you can see here, here is all of the screenshots that I sent him as, quote, proof. I still am very proud of this entire sting operation that I pulled on him. But just wait, because he's about to try and pull off some extreme fucking levels of copium to try and prove that he wasn't an idiot that fell for the most obvious bait. Get ready, guys.
Wow. What an asshole.
Wow, dude, just wow. You're a real piece of shit, you know that? You are a real piece of shit. You're willing to go this low and this far? You know this is greatly going to discredit you now, after what you did here, because what you did was scummy, it was deceiving for another thing, and it's just shitty. Dude, you're a real piece of shit. Shit, I mean, dude, even one of your own viewers didn't even know it was you.
Oh boy. Well, allow me to just quickly point out a few things, first of all. First of all, I find it funny that you apparently consider a sting operation extremely shitty when, well, your goons quite literally admitted to apparently trying to pull a sting operation. Well, I'm putting that in huge quotation marks because according to, Ashfall Dude, it wasn't even that much of a sting operation, but apparently, pulling a sting operation like this to expose you as just someone who's willing to believe literally fucking anything at face value is apparently shitty and deceiving for whatever reason. Like, I just don't even get it. But on top of that, too, the point of the sting operation was for people to not know that it was me. Like, literally the only people who knew that it was me was mainly just kind of like my close friends, who, mind you, didn't know that it was me until I exposed it to them, which they were able to just keep it under wraps, mind you. And of course, the entire point was also for you to not know that it was me. If you knew that it was me, the sting operation would have failed. Like, do you not know how a sting operation actually works? Does this man even know what the fuck he's talking about? But also, let me quickly read out the comment that he shows off here from my friend Kem, where Kem says, "Don't feel bad, I didn't know Burner was sanity at first either, but that just means he really knew what he was doing. You're careless. You slipped and fell in the bathtub and made a complete fool of yourself. He even demonstrated that you like deep and compelling research by ignorantly saying that Burner is insanity without even watching the video that confirms that they are one and the same. This is just sad. You need to learn to cut your losses and move on." Which is, of course, very eloquently said there, Kem. I have to say that you were very good with words. That's all I can really say. But like, I just simply have to state here that this man is pulling some, like, insane mental gymnastics here. You could hear this shit. That he's apparently trying to twist this around of me being smart enough to completely dupe him into apparently me being a scummy and duplicitous individual that apparently is now discredited because I discredited him by duping him with a fake account. Do I even need to explain?
But yet he sits here and criticizes me? He's a fucking hypocrite.
I don't even think you know what the definition of hypocrite is, you fucking doofus.
Well, if you didn't know who Burner58 really was, and anyone else didn't know, then obviously I'm not gonna know either, idiot.
Guess what? That was the point.
Oh, trust me, gents and ladies, this shit show gets even better, and it gets even more scummier too, because there's more shit I found out.
Now, on top of that, too, you're probably wondering to yourself, well, how exactly are those screenshots actually faked?
Well, I can prove it to you.
But I ended up getting some help here from, what's-his-face, Mr. Ashfall Dude here. And as you can see right here, yep, here it is. Here's the correspondence that you guys need. Ashfall Dude here set this shit up, and it ended up fucking working, surprisingly enough.
You're an asshole!
What a punk.
How dare you do my boy Dante dirty like that? Jesus Christ. Honestly, you wish that you were Dante, but unfortunately Dante is 100 times the man that you will ever be.
Well, yeah, there you have it, gents and ladies. Yeah, These two guys, this Ashfall dude and this Moment of Sanity dipshit, they're real fucking scumbags.
Wow, once again, apparently we're scumbags because we basically managed to expose him as a fucking liar. I feel like I don't even have to explain anything anymore regarding this entire segment. So, yeah, the levels of cope here are absolutely fucking insane, and you guys kind of now know why I wanted to actually get this video, because I remember it distinctly being this fucking hilarious.
What these guys did was really unethical. It was shitty, and these guys are real pieces of shit. Yeah, these two guys are fucking scumbags. Well, at least you admitted one thing. You lie about nearly everyone and nearly everything when it comes to your shit video content. You're just a piece of shit, dude.
Oh my fucking god. How is me using this account to kind of parade around and also make up random shit about myself? Apparently me admitting that I lie about people. What the fuck does that even mean? Again, you do understand the point of the account was to trick you, right? Right? Did you not? Are you not picking up on this?
And everyone who is a diehard fan, that is the loyal fans, not the tourists who are coming into the Fallout community, but the loyal fans in the Fallout community, they even know how much of a piece of shit both you and Ashfall dude really are.
I fucking hate these idiots that try to gatekeep like gaming communities by saying that some people just aren't real fans of certain things, when in reality they're probably either like new to the community or probably just really play the game casually and aren't like hardcore dedicated fans. Like, I really just don't even understand the point, because again, I have to bring up something that Game Penguin brought up within the live stream that also covered this video. Like, the quote tourists that you're bringing up here pretty much make up like the majority of a fucking community. Like, people that are new or people that are just kind of like getting into it are the biggest part of any fucking community, and trying to gatekeep them out of it is pretty much a surefire way to kill any fucking community within the span of a week.
And I'll just be more than gladly to show everyone what I'm talking about. Honestly, if those were my kids you were trying to groom and trying to show them and expose them to all this woke and LGBTQ, this far left LGBTQ dog shit, this is what I would do to your fucking ass.
I will kick the living shit out of you!
Holy shit, you would devolve into violence like a fucking caveman? Why am I not surprised? Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh, poor widow Moment of Sanity. What, are you gonna cry? Are your fifis hurt because I use slurs and tough words?
No, I know you're probably not going to respect this, Shadow Raven, considering, well, once again, you know, you obviously fucking hate me. But, like, you don't have to be so formal with my name. You could just call me Sanity. Like, bro, it's really not that difficult. But on top of that, too, that entire point of me showing that off and basically just, you know, making the passing jab of, wow, you would devolve into violence like a moron, was to basically show off that you really had nothing else going for you other than tough words. Like, you're just an internet tough guy. Nobody takes you seriously. In fact, please, keep throwing out insults and slurs like a fucking doofus. Just keep doing that, because it's just giving me more ammunition to prove that you're not as tough as you really are.
Well, don't be a groomer then, bitch, because groomers get the wood chipper.
There he is, once again threatening violence against me because I'm supposedly a, quote, groomer. And trust me, we'll be getting into some of that. He doesn't get into it immediately, despite bringing this up now, but once we get into it, you'll realize just how goofy this fucking claim of me apparently being a groomer apparently is. It's so stupid.
And I know you're a groomer. I know it, because I saw it all over your Twitter page. But that's not what I wanted to show. Well, not yet. I'll just get to that later, but this is what I really wanted to show.
As you can see here, he is very upset that some of the modders are not happy with his weird political backstory.
I think I'll just be completely honest right here. This is probably the only thing that I'm actually going to be taking a look at here. This seems more like a fucking joke to me. Like, very fucking obviously supposed to be a joke that is meant to piss off people like Shadow Raven Studios here.
Dude, what a fucking idiot! Dude, this guy is a fucking moron! Oh my god! You dipshit! It is actually from a Discord server, you dumbass!
That wasn't what I fucking said! I never said that the screenshot was fake. Hell, I quite literally went in with the anticipation that it was in fact real. In fact, I didn't even know that the screenshot was fake until, well, I did a live stream covering this video, which Ashfall do basically pointed out, hey, by the way, this screenshot is fake as fuck, which, you know, was of no surprise to me. But the thing is that, like, how could you possibly see a screenshot like this and fucking take it seriously, especially with that last line? Like, that last line came across as more or less just like a fucking, like, jab to try and piss you off, which, well, once you believe it, it ended up fucking working, funnily enough. You're trying to claim that I said that this screenshot was fake. No, I never claimed that.
It has a timestamp on it. It has a date. It is not a fake screenshot. It is real. And Iranian is not even on your side, dipshit.
Okay, and I never claimed that he was? Once again, you're just like putting words into my mouth, dude.
Gents, ladies, I just cannot contain myself with how stupid this guy is. I literally just want to fall on my chair, just laughing my fucking ass off at this dipshit.
Well, if only you actually would, but I know that whatever emotions that you may have, they just don't actually exist anymore because you sold your soul to being anti-woke. Meanwhile, I've actually fallen out of my chair laughing at just how stupid you genuinely are. On quite a number of occasions, actually. Once, when you decide to claim everything was apparently a joke. Yeah, sure, buddy. Sure, buddy. We have the screenshots. We caught your ass in 4K.
You take all text messages seriously? Dude, that was a bait.
And then a second time when you decide to, well, block me on Twitter, at least before you nuked your Twitter account. And then here I am, just...
Who do not want the woke agenda like this.
Scab the board.
Skip the board.
Anyway, let's get back to this.
Oh my god, he blocked me! No way! He fucking blocked me! And then probably a few more times after that, probably during the debate, the last debate, a couple times. And then, well, after I found out that you nuked your fucking channel after uploading some sort of weird fucking hentai video, I mean, there's just so many hilarious fucking events that it's just so difficult to not laugh at you.
But now I want to get serious this time. And I want to show everyone just how much of a degenerate piece of shit Moment of Sanity really is. And I'm going to do that by going to his Twitter page and show you what he's been up to. Right now I'm on the Moment of Sanity's Twitter page, and as you can see clearly, he has Fallout Ashfall listed as a follower. But if you scroll down a little further, Fresh Your Mama is also a follower, but he's only 17 years old.
Guys, is it apparently bad that minors follow me on Twitter when I don't even post anything NSFW, and the worst that I've actually decided to post is probably, well, it's probably just like gifs of like fucking faith or something like that. That's probably like the only bad thing, but of course that's, again, from like a video game that is mostly just rotoscope animations that aren't even that bad. Like, I just, what is this fucking logic of his?
But if you go down even more, oh, trust me, there's more, gents and ladies. There's a 15-year-old right here, and there's a 16-year-old right here. Just like the screenshot showed, which I showed in my Ashfall video. It's no lie. Now I'm taking a look at his followings, and as you can see already, a 16-year-old is following Moment of Sanity. And keep in mind,
once again, I usually just like follow people that I think are cool, usually post like some good art, or just kind of like, again, they're just usually like chill people that like I just find to be really cool. And hell, sometimes I'll just like follow people back, but apparently this means that I'm like a groomer or something. Okay. And how is this proof? I really don't understand it, but it just gets goofier from here, okay? Just prepare thyselves.
And as you can see already, it's nothing but LGBTQ stuff.
Guys, it's so bad that I follow people who are within the LGBT community. Guys, pack it up. It's Jover. I'm dead. I've been exposed for being gay. I've been exposed, guys. Wrap it up. I'm a woke content creator. I'm washed.
There we go. The Follow Ashfall official page is also following Moment of Sanity. But this is the main thing that concerns me the most, is what he is sharing on his Twitter page. And I'll just say this. Anything that you share onto your own page, whether you're sharing it from someone else or if you're making a post on your own, anyone who is following you is going to appear right into their feed. And they can see it in plain sight of view. Even if you're a minor, which I find pretty much all of these screenshots that I took, they're actually inappropriate for minors to be looking at. In fact, you have no business posting this kind of shit if you have minors who are following you.
Now, let me just quickly let you know, first of all, these are retweets, not posts, but whatever, I guess, you're... Well, I would call you a bird brain, but I think that would be offensive to birds. But on top of that, too, again, how is this bad? How is this grooming? Like, I think probably the worst thing up there is just Bunlith's tweet of nice cock. That's it. That is the worst that's up there. Everything else is just like... How is this fucking evidence?
That's called grooming, buddy. And that's what you're exactly doing with your Twitter post, is grooming. Because these minors who are following you can see it into their own feeds. Oh, but this is the only lame excuse you can come up with. This guy is just pathetic.
And of course, here's my DM correspondence with Freshio Mama, as you can see right here. Nothing really crazy happened here other than just sharing information and making fun of everyone that's on Mr. Raven's side here.
And you just completely missed my point onto this.
Okay, and what exactly was your point here? That was literally just me showing off that nothing really happens. Like, all that happened was just, like, us memeing around and sharing information about what we knew about this goober. Like, I just... You know, it's very difficult having to deal with somebody who lacks 90% of their brain.
Well, allow me to spell it out for you. It doesn't fucking matter if nothing happened between the two of you. You're an adult. You're a legal adult. You're 20 fucking years old.
Yeah, and guess what? Even though I am an adult, I'm still able to at least be respectful and not be weird around children. Which is apparently something during this year it is very difficult for content creators to fucking do nowadays. Like, what is wrong with people? I don't fucking get it. But, like, I don't again, I still don't get your fucking point. And you shouting into your fucking microphone and blowing out everybody's speakers doesn't really help your point either.
For you to have common interests with them is not an excuse. Or if they're just cool, is not an excuse. What you are doing is really weird.
I mean, let's put it this way. It's really only weird if you decide to make it weird. Like, that's really all I have to say about it. Again, I'm able to just, like, hold conversations with really anybody and just be respectful and just treat them like a human being.
And a lot of normal people, that is the people who actually have morals, would see what you're doing is weird.
If we're gonna be taught about, like, people having morals, you would be the last person on that entire list. When whatever deity in the sky was giving out morality, you weren't there for that. Same thing when the day came for people to actually get brains. You were just absent on both of those days. Because if we're going to be talking about morality here, well, I think probably one of the most immoral things that you can do, especially after getting called out for being fucking stupid and acting like a moron and screaming about, like, you know, like minorities existing in video games, the least moral thing that you could possibly do is quite literally go around and try to strike down videos and work together with people to strike down videos that are calling your ass out. That's probably one of the most morally lacking things that somebody could actually fucking do, mind you. I understand that you just don't understand that. If we're going to be talking about fucking intelligence, again, shall I bring back up Burner 58?
This is immoral as fuck, what you're doing here.
I'm just gonna make this strong point. What do you think Chris Hansen would do?
Jesus fucking Christ. I think at least this might just be me talking, but I think, like, depending on which version of Chris Hansen you're thinking about, whether you're thinking about the one, you know, before he decided to cast away his integrity, I think that old Chris Hansen would definitely be at least semi-proud of me, especially for pulling off a sting operation that was pretty successful, mind you. And if we're going to be talking about new Chris Hansen, well, I don't think he would actually give a shit about any of this. Like, that's basically it. But that's going to be the end of this video. The rest of it is, well, just another long-ass yap session. And I don't really think that I want to subject you guys anymore to any more of, like, Shadow Raven's weird copium-fueled nonsense. So, we're just going to end off the video right here. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please consider leaving a like. That's very well appreciated. Leave a comment down below what you thought about the video, what you want me to talk about next. And also subscribe to the channel if you're new and you want to see more content such as this. Also, go ahead and follow me on Twitter, join the Discord server, and I also have channel memberships if you feel like throwing me a $5. Anyways, guys, this has been Sandy, and have yourselves a nice day.